What do you do when your son calls to tell you he has a lot to tell you and is on his way to see you, but he never comes? In fact, you never see your son again? In August 2013, Bryce Laspisa is 19 years old. He's about to start his second year at Sierra College in Northern California. By all accounts, his life is fine. Not perfect, but fine. He's close with his parents and talks to them regularly. He has friends, a girlfriend, and plans for the future. But in the days leading up to August 28th, something about him changes. His roommate, Sean, notices Bryce drinking much more than usual. He's also taking Vivance, a stimulant, and mixing it with alcohol. If you've ever seen someone do that, you know it can seriously affect how they think and feel. Bryce isn't acting wild or aggressive. He's not angry. He's just disconnected, quiet, like he's already somewhere else mentally, like he's slowly pulling away from everything around him. Then he starts doing something that, in hindsight, feels important. He starts giving away his stuff, not random things. His Xbox, his diamond earrings, things he actually cared about and used. At the time, it's confusing, but no one thinks he's about to disappear. It feels odd, but not alarming enough to stop him. On August 28th, Bryce packs a small bag of essentials. He tells Sean he'll be back by Labor Day, gets in his car, and leaves. Here's where it gets strange. Instead of driving straight home to his parents in Orange County, he drives north to Chico to see his girlfriend, Kim. When she sees him, she's immediately uneasy. He doesn't seem okay. He looks intoxicated and spaced out, not safe to drive, not fully present, so she takes his keys. And honestly, if you were Kim, that probably feels like the right call. Slow things down, make him stay put for a bit, give him time to sober up and rest. But then Bryce's mom calls. She tells Kim to give the keys back. Bryce needs to come home. Before Bryce leaves, he breaks up with Kim and tells her she's better off without him. It's not angry or dramatic. It's calm, almost resigned, which somehow makes it feel worse. Then he gets back on the road and starts driving south. At some point, he calls his mom. His voice isn't frantic. It's steady, but heavy. He tells her there's a lot he has to tell her, like he's been holding something in for a while. He never says what it is. The next morning, August 29th, around 9 a.m., Bryce runs out of gas in Buttonwillow. A roadside assistance worker named Christian shows up, brings gas, fills the tank. Normal situation, except Bryce doesn't leave. He stays parked there for 13 hours. Same spot, same car, middle of the day. He's not asleep. He's not wandering around. He's just sitting there, alone, thinking. Christian finds it strange enough to keep an eye on him. Eventually, police are called to check on Bryce. They talk to him around 10 p.m., give him a sobriety test, and decide he's okay to drive. Nothing illegal, nothing technically wrong, so they let him go. Christian watches Bryce pull back onto the road and follows him for a short time because the whole thing still feels off. Bryce seems fine, so Christian turns back, assuming he's finally heading home. At 2:08 a.m. on August 30th, Bryce calls his mom again. He says he's pulling over to sleep in a suburban area. She tells him to rest and call her when he wakes up. That call never comes. Around 5:30 a.m., Bryce's SUV is found wrecked at the bottom of a ravine near Castaic Lake. Investigators believe the car didn't drift off accidentally. It looks like it sped up and went over on purpose. The back window is smashed out from the inside. His phone is still there. His wallet is still there. His laptop is still there. Bryce isn't. There's no clear trail, no solid explanation, just miles of wilderness and a lake that's been searched again and again. Did he survive the crash and wander off confused? Did he go into the water? Or did he walk away on purpose, already mentally detached from the life he was driving back to? More than 10 years later, no one knows. Bryce's disappearance is still unsolved to this day, and his isn't the only one. It's June 7th, 1992, graduation night in Springfield, Missouri. Stacy McCall and Suzie Streeter are celebrating finishing high school. They bounce between a few parties. Nothing unusual. Late that night, around 2 a.m., they decide not to stay at a friend's crowded place. Instead, they drive to Suzie's house on Delmar Street, where she lives with her mom, Cheryl Levitt. They get there around 2:15 a.m. That's the last time anyone sees them. The next morning, they're supposed to meet friends for a water park trip. They don't show up. Phones ring with no answer, and worry starts to set in. Friends and family go to the house. At first, it doesn't look like anything bad happened. All 3 cars are outside. The house isn't trashed, but little details feel wrong. Suzie's car is parked oddly. There's a broken glass lamp on the porch. Thinking nothing of it, friends clean it up before police get there. Inside, the TV is on, playing static. The dog is pacing and whining. Then they notice something that really doesn't sit right. 3 purses are lined up neatly. Wallets inside. Cash inside. Cheryl's cigarette's still there. It doesn't look like 3 women chose to leave. It looks like they were interrupted. Police arrive, but the scene is already compromised. Footprints gone, glass gone. Even worse, there was a creepy, threatening message left on the answering machine that gets accidentally deleted before it can be saved. 3 women disappear from their own home without a clear struggle. Over the years, investigators chase lead after lead. Suzie's ex-boyfriend gets attention because of his involvement in a grave robbing group. A green van seen nearby becomes a major focus. Then there's Robert Craig Cox, a former Army Ranger with a violent past who, strangely, once worked with Stacy's dad. Years later, he tells a journalist he knows the women are dead. When asked how he knows, he refuses to explain. That's not something you say lightly. There are darker theories locals still whisper about. Some believe the women are buried under a hospital parking garage built years later. Journalist Kathy Baird has suggested the motive might be far more disturbing than anyone wants to say out loud. But decades later, there are still no answers, no bodies, no arrests, no clear explanation for what happened inside that house. What do you think happened? Comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.